Come close. Sit down. Let me tell you about a girl named Joyce. She was sweeping the front of her mother's small provision shop when her story began. It was a Thursday morning in Yumu's village. The kind of morning where the sun comes out warm, but not harsh. Where the red earth paths are still damp from the night rain. Where the air smells like wet soil and possibility. Joyce was 22 years old, ordinary in the way that diamonds are ordinary before anyone bothers to cut them. She did not yet know what she was made of. She would need someone to break her first before she could find out. A black Honda pulled up outside the shop. Not brand new, but clean and shiny in a way that made village children abandon their games and stare. A man stepped out. His shoes were expensive. His shirt had no wrinkles. His name was Adams. He was visiting his uncle 3 compounds away, but had stopped to buy bottled water. "Good morning," he said. Joyce looked up from her sweeping. Their eyes met, and something moved in her chest like a bird waking up inside a cage. "Good morning, sir," she replied, her voice going shy without her permission. "Not sir," he said, smiling. "Just Adams. He bought 3 bottles of water that day. He did not need 3. Joyce knew this. He knew she knew. But he bought them anyway. And that small, unnecessary kindness felt like the beginning of something real. For the next 2 weeks, Adams found reasons to visit Mama Joyce's shop every single day. Morning water. Afternoon biscuits. Evening newspapers the shop did not even sell. Mama Joyce noticed. The village noticed. Joyce pretended not to notice, but her heart was counting every visit like a woman counting coins she cannot afford to lose. On the 15th day, he came at sunset. The shop was nearly empty. Just Joyce arranging tins of milk on the shelf. "Joyce," he said softly. She turned. "I need to tell you something." Her heart knocked against her ribs. "I work in Lagos. I come to the village once a month to see my uncle. But these past 2 weeks I have not been coming for bottled water. I have been coming to see you. You are different. You are kind. You are real. Not like Lagos girls who only see money." Joyce felt herself melting like shea butter left in afternoon sun. "I know I live in Lagos and you are here in the village," he continued, "but I want us to try. Will you be my girlfriend, Joyce?" She should have asked questions. How often would she see him? What were his real intentions? What did forever mean to a Lagos man who drove a clean Honda and spoke English like people on television? But she was 22, and he had chosen her out of every girl in the village. So she whispered yes. And that one small word cost her 2 years of her life. Adams kept his promise at first. He came back the next month, and the month after, and the one after that. Every Friday evening the black Honda would appear at Mama Joyce's shop, and the whole village would watch as Joyce tried not to run to him, but her legs moved faster than her dignity intended. He stayed until Monday morning every time. 3 beautiful days every month. Walks through the village. Sitting under the old mango tree behind her mother's compound. Holding hands. Making promises like a man who believed his own words. "We will get married soon," he would say. "Very soon." "How soon?" Joyce would ask, smiling. "I am saving money for a proper wedding. For bride price. For everything. I want to do it right. My apartment in Lagos is too small right now. Just 1 room. When I get a bigger place you will come and see. I want you to be comfortable." He talked about their future children. He had already chosen names. He talked about the house he would build one day, maybe in Lagos, maybe in the village, wherever Joyce wanted. And Joyce wanted Lagos. She wanted to see the city. She wanted to be where he was. But Adams always had a reason why she could not visit yet. "Work is too stressful right now. I want your first time in Lagos to be special, not rushed. Let me fix things properly first. Then I will bring you to Lagos as my wife, not as my girlfriend." Joyce waited patiently. She told herself these things take time. She told herself he was serious. She told herself that a man who comes every month for 2 years is a man who is committed. Her mother did not agree. 2 years, Joyce, Mama said one evening. He has not introduced you to his family. He has not brought you to Lagos. Something is not right. Mama, he is saving for the wedding. These things take time. What things? What is taking 2 years? But Joyce defended him every time, because if her mother was right, then everything Joyce believed was a lie and her heart was not ready for that truth. At the village, while the gossip women talked among themselves. That Lagos man still coming every month, but no wedding date. These city men are all the same. Joyce heard them. She held her head high and said nothing, because saying nothing was easier than admitting what she was slowly beginning to feel in her own chest. There were signs. Small ones. Phone calls Adams would not answer when she was standing near him. Messages that made him step away and turn his back. Questions about his Lagos life that he answered with fog instead of facts. Who do you live with? Just a friend, another guy from my hometown. Once his phone rang, and the caller ID read my love with a small heart. He cut the call quickly. It was his cousin, he said. Joyce chose to believe him. She chose to believe everything because love that chooses to see clearly sometimes has to also choose to look away. In December of the second year, Adams made his biggest promise yet. He held both her hands and looked into her eyes and said, "Next year, December. That is when we will marry. I am telling you now so you can prepare. You are already my wife in my heart, Joyce. We just need to make it official." Joyce cried happy tears that night. She had no idea that Adams had already bought an engagement ring. Just not for her. She found out on a Saturday afternoon in March. She was at the Village Internet Cafe, the small wooden building with 3 old computers. Adams had taught her how to use Facebook during one of his visits. She logged in smiling that afternoon, the way a woman smiles when she is thinking about the man she loves without realizing she is smiling. She scrolled through her timeline. Old classmates. Village news. Church announcements. Then she saw it. Adams had changed his profile picture. Him in full traditional attire. Red cap. George wrapper. Coral beads. Beside him a woman in a bridal outfit, gold jewelry, expensive lace, professional makeup. Both of them smiling the way people smile when they are completely happy. The caption read, "Finally married to my queen, Grace Coley. God's timing is perfect. Forever begins today." Posted 2 hours ago. Joyce's hands stopped working. She stared at the screen and blinked and stared again. The photo did not change. She scrolled down and found more pictures. The full traditional wedding ceremony. Yesterday's date stamped on every single photo. March 15th, yesterday. While Joyce was at home washing clothes and preparing soup and waiting for his usual Saturday evening call that never came, he had been dancing at his own wedding. His mother was in the pictures, smiling. His family was there. Grace's family was there. Everyone was celebrating. Everyone except Joyce, who was there in the village counting the hours until his call, not knowing he was pouring wine and breaking coconut for another woman. Someone in the comments had written about time. "You two have been together for how long now?" 3 years. 3 years. While Adams was promising Joyce forever, he was building forever with someone else. The entire time. Every visit. Every mango tree conversation. Every "I love you." Every "you are my future." All of it performed carefully on top of a life he had with another woman in Lagos. The cafe owner looked up. "Sister, are you okay?" Joyce could not speak. She unplugged the mouse, closed the browser, stood up somehow, walked out into the afternoon sun of Umu's village. She did not remember walking home. Her legs just moved. She sat on the kitchen floor and held the old Nokia phone Adams had bought her for their 6-month anniversary, and she stared at nothing. Mama Joyce found her there an hour later. She took one look at her daughter's face and sat down on the floor beside her. No questions. Just presence. "Mama," Joyce finally said. Her voice sounded like it was coming from somewhere very far away. "He got married yesterday. While I was here waiting for his call." That was when Joyce began to cry. Not loud, dramatic crying. Not the kind that makes noise. The kind that comes from somewhere so deep that sound cannot reach it. Silent, endless tears. 2 years of you are my future. 2 years of wait for me. 2 years of I love you. All of it gone at once. She cried until the sun went down. Mama Joyce held her through every moment of it. For 3 months after that, Joyce was a ghost in her own life. She woke up. She helped at the shop. She ate when her mother forced food in front of her. She slept. The village women whispered among themselves. That Lagos man used her. Such a shame. Joyce heard them. She felt their pity settle on her like something thick and heavy. She deleted Facebook. She threw away the Nokia phone. She avoided everywhere she and Adams had walked together. But memories do not need phones or places. They live in your head, playing over and over until you are not sure if the pain is fresh or old. Then one morning in the 3rd month something shifted. Joyce woke up and stood in front of the small mirror on her bedroom wall. She looked at herself. She saw how thin she had become. She saw her mother's tired, worried eyes watching her from the doorway. She thought about Adams in Lagos, married, happy, living his full life. And she thought about herself here in the village getting smaller and quieter every day while he moved forward without a single backward glance. Something inside her said no more. She walked to the kitchen where her mother was making breakfast. "Mama," she said quietly, "I want to go to Lagos." Mama Joyce dropped the spoon. "What?" "My cousin Kachi has been asking me to come stay with her. To look for work. I want to go. Lagos is hard, especially for a woman alone." "Mama," Joyce said, "I am already alone here. At least in Lagos nobody knows me. Nobody pities me. Nobody looks at me like I am something broken. That man taught me something. He taught me I can only rely on myself. I want to show him he was right. I will become somebody, and one day he will hear about it and remember every lie he ever told me." Mama Joyce looked at her daughter. Something was back in those eyes. Something that had been missing for 3 months. Fire. 2 weeks later, Joyce stood at Umuse Park with one bag and her mother's tears. The bus to Lagos left at dawn. She arrived 8 hours later. The noise hit her first. Cars and generators and hawkers and people everywhere, all moving fast like they were late for something important. Her cousin Kachi met her at the park. "Welcome to Lagos, cousin." "I am ready," Joyce said. And she meant it. Kachi's place was a single room in Bariga. Joyce slept on a mat on the floor. She did not complain. Within 2 weeks, she found work as a house help for an expatriate family in Lekki. She cleaned and cooked and washed, but she also watched. Mrs. Thompson ran her own business. Joyce watched how she spoke on the phone, how she dressed, how she handled herself. She watched the way power sat on a woman who had built something. At night, she read old newspapers, business sections, things she did not fully understand yet, but read anyway because understanding comes from doing the work before you are ready. One afternoon, a business partner of the family visited and saw Joyce serving drinks. "You speak well," he said. "You finished secondary school?" "Yes, sir. Come to my office Monday. I need someone sharp." Monday came. Joyce went. Her life began. 5 years changed everything. She started as an office assistant and arrived before everyone, and left after everyone, and asked questions others were afraid to ask. She was promoted to sales representative and discovered she was very good at reading people, understanding what they needed, giving it to them. She enrolled in night school, business courses, marketing, basic accounting. Her village accent softened. Her confidence grew. Year 3, she became senior sales manager with her own team and real money coming in. She sent money to her mother every month. She bought a small plot of land in the village. She saved aggressively because every naira she saved was a brick in a wall that would protect her from ever needing anyone the way she had once needed Adams. Men tried. Successful Lagos men sent gifts and made promises. Joyce said no to all of them. One man was different, kind and patient and genuinely good. He tried for 6 months. Joyce finally agreed to date him. It lasted 3 months. She ended it. He asked why. "I cannot trust you," she said quietly. "I cannot trust anyone yet. And I am not ready to pretend otherwise." Adams had broken something in her. She was still learning how to fix it. Year 4 and 5, Mr. Johnson made her a business partner. She invested everything she had saved into the company and watched it grow. She started her own side business importing beauty and fashion products and opened 3 shops in Lagos Market within a year. She bought her own car. She moved into her own 2-bedroom apartment. Not luxury, but hers. Every single thing in that apartment was hers. Mama Joyce visited once and walked through the rooms crying quietly. "My daughter, look at God." Joyce smiled, but inside she thought, "Not God, Mama. Me. I did this because I had to." She had become exactly what she promised her mother she would become. Somebody, but also guarded and carefully lonely. She worked 12-hour days. She filled the spaces where love used to live with money and achievement because money did not lie. Money did not promise forever then marry someone else. Then one Tuesday, Mr. Johnson called her into his office. "New partnership opportunity," he said. "Big meeting next week with another company's CEO." That evening, Joyce reviewed the partnership documents. Everything looked standard. Then she saw the name at the bottom of the last page. CEO of Partnering Company. Adams Akoli. Her hands froze. She told herself it was a coincidence. Lagos had thousands of men with that name. She closed the file and went to bed and lay in the dark with that name sitting in her mind like a stone in still water. Friday morning, Joyce arrived at the conference room 30 minutes early. Her seat. Her company. Her power. She wore her best suit, navy blue, fitted perfectly. Her hair was done. Makeup subtle and precise. Not for vanity. For armor. She reviewed the documents one final time and sat with the stillness of a woman who has already survived the worst thing that could happen to her.